a snowball, I throw one, I give me a whitewash, I like a face now. We're snowballing together, talking about whatever. We're snowballing all in a circle, jerking ideas around.
So why did you stop watching The Boys?
What are you talking about? Oh.
I'm talking about The Boys.
But there's other things we're going to talk about. First being, is this still called snowballing if we're not using snowballs if we upgraded to Yetis?
What would he call it? I thought snowballing was just your funny way of saying knuckleballing.
Yeah, it was a play off of that and the fact that we were using snow.
Well, now that we've upgraded the Yetis, what do we call it?
And that's what I just asked you.
But we already have a theme song. We already have a logo.
You have a theme song?
Yeah.
Oh.
You've never heard the theme
I am
song?
not the one Swedish person who listens to us, so I did not know that. I'm sorry.
Tim produced us the theme song a while ago.
Are you going to play it right now?
Yeah.
Or is it already played? At this point in the podcast?
At this point in the podcast, it's already played.
Okay,
but...
well, don't double dip with these. This person. Sorry, fan.
I'll make sure to play it for you after.
You asked me a question, though. Why did we stop watching The Boys?
Exactly.
We watched
How long ago first?
We started up within like 3 or 4 days of it being popular. Whenever it was released was 4 days later, whatever that was. Watched the first episode. My wife loved it. I thought it was fine, but I'm superheroed out like across the, not even like postmodern subversions. Like, just don't care anymore. What's your take? Have you watched it all?
We watched one episode and we watched it last night.
Okay.
And it reminds me of Watchmen. And there's a lot of heroes that are meant to be other heroes, but they couldn't have the rights or whatever, so they just made people up. And it almost...
I don't even think it's a matter of them wanting the rights, though. I think clearly this is a parody. We want to take that hero and show you.
I think it almost forces itself every once in a while.
Sure.
Like, there's points where I'm like, all right, you're just trying to go far to go far. Like, when they go in and there's all those superheroes doing crazy shit in, like sex club and stuff.
Yep.
It was almost like the point of we got to do something shocking, like the little dude diving into the vagina. It made me laugh. I laughed really hard. But at the same time, it was kind of like, all right, I get it. But it's almost to the level that Captain Marvel was to do like feminism type thing, like woman power.
With the forced blowjob and all that stuff.
Well, no, I'm just saying like it's almost to that point of trying where they're trying too hard to be edgy.
It's called The Boys, of course, and every male in it is a bad person.
Yeah.
And the only good people are
the women.
The women.
But I think that that's going to change later on because I believe that Elizabeth Shue chick, I think she's corrupt.
Sure, but not the main female.
Well, no, not the main female. But not the main guy either. The main guy's not a bad guy.
Sure.
So that argument can be made.
Which main guy?
The one that his girlfriend got killed.
Well, he's not a superhero.
No, but that's supposed to be the thing between them is one's a superhero, one's not. Now, I'm also curious if he's going to develop superpowers because there's those times where he's having those little anxiety attacks and it almost seems like something's going to happen.
Yeah. I don't know. You're going to have to keep going through it for me. I'm probably never going to.
Really?
There's too much good TV out there, man, and I don't have
But this is a good one.
It might be good, but there's way better. Big Little Lies on HBO. I think that's that. It's like a look at upper middle class life at this elementary school and kind of the falling out of child who hurts another parent's child's kid, and that lies, and it's all about, I don't know, it's small town drama, rich town drama though. I don't know. What are you doing, Jeremy?
I'm messing with your noise gate.
Am I being too loud?
No, it looked like when you would turn your head away that it might cut out.
Gotcha.
So I'm just getting rid of it altogether.
Just tell me not to turn my head away. Problem solved.
I was trying to do it discreetly so that we didn't break
down
the fourth wall. And you just demolished it. What the fuck are you doing now? Because it's distracting me.
When we break down the fifth wall, the listener's going to find out he's the only one who exists. So that's wall 5 if you're keeping count.
Wall 5.
So no, I'm a big fan of Watchmen, and I, like you were saying, I feel like they're trying to be, hate to use this term again, postmodern in the sense that, you know, Watchmen was as a deconstruction piece of the genre, but they're doing it for shock value and not actual there's no value beyond the shock. There's no
My
catharsis.
excitement was how much I liked a lot of the characters, like Carl Urban's character, the FBI
Sure,
agent or whatever.
Sure.
I could watch just a show about him, honestly. So I'll probably stick with it. But like I said, I agree that there's parts of it that are shock value that's just trying to do something edgy. And that's the part that annoyed me. But there's also parts that are shocking to the point where I was like, well, didn't see that coming. But then
The girl getting exploded.
like, I didn't see that coming. So
Right.
the stuff like that takes me by surprise because I haven't seen anything like that before, especially in a superhero thing. But then there's other stuff like the guy diving into a vagina or
Yep.
the dude getting blown while he jerks off two guys across the room, the Mr. Fantastic dude.
Sure.
That makes me laugh, but at the same time, it's kind of like, all right, you're trying too hard.
Right.
The invisible guy, he did a couple things. Oh, they shock it, or when he stabs the cord into his butt to kill him, and you can see like him getting electrocuted and stuff. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was
You've grown up a lot though, because I remember it wasn't that long ago you were wanting to film yourself shitting on a Bible. So I'm very, very happy to see that you've matured.
Most definitely not.
Fatherhood has made you into a man.
I also wanted to talk to you about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Let's talk. I
As
love
one
it.
of- I've been I didn't, and you know this, but the listeners don't. I don't follow murder stories or crime scene type stuff. That's just something that I usually steer clear of.
Yep.
I don't know why, but it bothers me on a deep level. Like I almost put myself and my loved ones in those positions, which isn't how you're supposed to
Yeah,
do that
it's
stuff.
like, what if I were a serial killer? Fuck, that'd be fun.
Right. But after watching that movie and how much I loved it, I started listening to podcasts about the Manson family. And just recently there was a podcast that was Empire, which is I'm trying to remember what. It's one of the Marvel movies that got me hooked on it because they had an interview with like
Probably
Kevin
Black
Feige.
Panther. Probably Black Panther.
That's the one.
Well, it's Empire. it's
it's a British thing. It's not Empire that you're thinking of.
Whoa! Why would you assume that I thought anything but British?
Because you said Black Panther.
What does it have to do with black, Jeremy? You're making a lot of assumptions here. Jesus.
Anyway, they were interviewing someone and it was super interesting. So now I follow them. Half the time I just delete the podcast because it's not something I want to listen to. But every once in a while a gem comes up like this time. They had 2 interviews with Quentin Tarantino. One before the movie came out and one after, like a spoiler special type thing. And they were able to ask him questions and stuff. And I'm trying to remember, but I was so like engrossed in the conversation and like hearing how he came up with the stuff he came up with and how certain people were trying to get him to do other things and he didn't want to. He just kept sticking to his guns and it just made me love it that much more.
Yep. The man.
Such a good movie.
So many people have come out afterward and had stuff to bitch about.
Of course.
And it makes me like him even more. And like what he did. That film was gonna win Best Picture unless all the little whiny people out there fucking ruin it. Because as a film about films, it is fantastic.
So good.
There is so much shit in that movie that the few times I've watched it so far, I'm just like, oh my god, there's nothing like it. It's enchanting.
Mhm.
It's like a spell is literally cast on you, the viewer, and you're just enthralled with what's happening on screen.
And everything that I liked about it is the stuff that a lot of people are bitching about
Right.
it. And I know you felt the same way, that every scene I could almost want more of that
Yep.
scene. I didn't want it to end. But everybody else is like, well, this didn't need to happen. This didn't need to happen. This didn't. Of course it didn't need to, but we wanted to be entertained.
Art
and
doesn't
honestly,
need to. There's no art that is a
So
need.
there's a original cut of this movie that's 5 hours long. I would watch every fucking
I will.
minute.
I
of
will
it.
pay $40.
I would to see an hour hour and a half more of that movie. You bet.
Yeah.
And I hope that it comes out, but it probably won't.
I don't know. Tarantino can do what he wants.
Yeah, that would be amazing to watch. It really would.
Yep.
But it got me excited when he said that, because like there's a whole like subplot with Jay Sebring going home, and like he's got his whole home life there, and his butler is Tim Roth that's in all the other Tarantino movies and stuff, and they just cut that whole chunk out.
No, I want to see that. I love
For
that
sure.
movie. I cannot wait till it comes out on 4K.
Who'd you go see it with the second time?
My sister.
Did she like it too?
No, I think she did the thing that most caring females do, where they tell you they liked it because they know you like it.
The same thing that my wife did.
My wife would do the exact same thing. They just can
Why?
never say.
I just don't get it.
Because we're overbearing monsters, and anytime they disagree with us, we make them feel bad.
I agree with that part, but I'm saying,
and
how can they not like such a good movie?
Oh,
is
because
my
they're
problem.
women. They're stupid. I thought I didn't have to say that.
I don't get it. And then it's weird to me because the same thing happens with my older brother.
Okay.
He doesn't like much, and the stuff he does like is just eh. But there's been times
Give me
where
an
I'm
example of something he likes.
I'm trying to think of something that he likes that I don't like. Like he likes like NCIS and shit like that.
Oh,
That's
garbage.
the type of stuff he likes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, but then there's stuff that he'll watch, and I'm like, how did you not like that? I can't even think of an example right now, but there's times like something will come out, he's like, oh, it was stupid. And then I'll talk to him about the scenes. I was like, what about this part? And you didn't laugh at that part? He goes, yeah, it was pretty funny. And like reminiscing on it, he'll think it's good. But like watching it, he's just hating every minute of it.
Well, you don't think that when he's reminiscing and you're asking him that he's just giving you the answer, or he's just agreeing with your sentiment?
Possibly, but I get the same thing from my wife, and that's where I came back from it. She's
Is
doing
when
it. I'm up there. I'm like, the scene when Tex comes in and I'm here, the devil here to do the devil's business. No, it's something stupider than that. I laughed so freaking hard at that part. And I was like, did you laugh? And she's like, well, yeah, I laughed. And like, we'd reminisce about some of the scenes and stuff like that and how much she liked them. But I did not have near as much fun as I had with you when I went and seen it. And I was scared in the beginning because originally when I first met you, you weren't a Quentin Tarantino fan.
Right.
And you've come along since then, but
you don't want to shit on Bibles and film it anymore, and I'm okay with Quentin Tarantino movies.
We've grown.
Yep.
So we went and sat in the theater, and like a part of me is like, I really hope he doesn't hate this movie because I'm loving it so far. And I remember like just the beginning, and he's got the flamethrower, and he's, oh shit, that's hot. Can we do something about that heat? And I was laughing my ass off, and you hadn't quite broke it at that point. I think the first moment I noticed that you started like really laughing is we said, "Don't cry in front of the Mexicans."
It was way before then. Come on.
That's the first time that I noticed, and you started to like break, and then we were able to laugh at some of the really funny scenes.
Yep.
I think the second time I went and seen it, I was the only one in the theater laughing when his wife's yelling at him and he's got the harpoon gun aimed at him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it just cuts. I was the only one in the theater just busting up.
The difference is, the farther you get away from a film's release, the less the people who are there are actually invested in it, right? If they wanted it, they would have been there early.
Yeah.
So these people aren't here. They're not bought into what they're seeing. They're just here to see a movie. They don't care which one.
There was a lot.
You and I bought into it. You and I were like, we're ready to experience, and so was the audience with us because the 9 or 12 people behind us also laughed the parts that we did.
Yep.
The second time I went with my sister, similar to your experience, didn't have that.
No.
So if there was laughter, it was me and my sister, the few parts that she enjoyed.
And I think that I had a couple people that were definitely over 60, possibly even 70, 80-year-old people.
Yep.
And they want to see it because they wanted to see like Hollywood back when they're from. And that's what they've seen so far in the trailers. They don't know. They probably don't even know Quentin Tarantino directed it or who the hell he even is.
They have no idea.
And they go in there and the guy's bashing her face against the... So they said this in the podcast, it made me laugh. A normal movie person or director would have had him do it like 3 times and called it good. He does it 15 and just keeps going until it's just a dead, limp body. And then he looks at it. Just kills me every time.
We definitely had some octogenarians there with me and my sister, and that was so awkward. And then me watching the scene where the woman's screaming incessantly while she's in the pool getting flamethrowered, and I'm just wondering what the hell is going through these old people's heads. Like, of course they think our generation sucks. Of course, look at the shit that they watch when they go to the movies nowadays. This ain't no fucking Dick Van Dyke. Oh, God.
Oh, God. He might be sleeping pretty hard because I fucked his brains out last night.
There should be excellent subversion, because I did not believe a word that bitch said. Every one of it was true.
Yep.
Every single
part.
That's ridiculous.
Because, they talked about that in the podcast, too. I wish I could just send it to you, but I know you don't
I
have
don't
time.
listen to podcasts. Anyone who does is a fucking idiot.
But they talk about it, and they said that scene, like, he showed it to, like, one of his director of photography or some shit, and he goes, this feels like a 70s horror movie, like, exactly shot for shot, like you're leading up to the fact that they're about to murder this man inside that house, and then it just completely twists as soon as that old man wakes up and he's fucking senile and calling him fucking crazy. I'm fucking blind. So good.
Yep. What do you hope his next project is? Because supposedly it's his last.
I'm
A lot
really
is about
hoping-
Star Trek. I've
I
heard
don't
Kill
wanna
Bill
see
3.
that. I would watch Kill Bill 3 for sure.
Really?
That's not what I want it to be.
Okay.
I want something original like
So do
this. I want something different than anything I've ever seen before. I don't want a sequel. As much as I like Django, as much as I like Inglourious Bastards, I don't want to see
I'm
them.
over sequels. I'm over.
I want to see something original. I want to see something new.
Okay.
Definitely don't want to see Star Trek.
Okay, give me a setting that you've never seen Tarantino explore that you'd want him to.
I don't know, because he's done westerns, he's done kung fu movies, he's done, I don't even know what you call Inglourious Bastards, war movie.
He hasn't done sci-fi.
I don't want Star Trek though.
Star
I would be
Trek-
fine with sci-fi, but I want something original. I want something his.
But we've never seen him take something that wasn't his besides, what, Jackie Brown?
Okay, so they flat out said that he's flat out said that if he did do a Star Trek movie, it would be in the universe that they've already created.
Yep.
Which is the Chris Pine universe or whatever. And they're not going to let him do everything he wants to do in one of those movies. It's just not going to happen.
Fair enough.
But then again, he's got a lot of pull. And like even in this one, there's a lot of stuff that they wanted in and they didn't want in. And he just did what he wanted to do. So maybe he would. But I feel like they would... If he's going to have blasters blowing off arms and stuff like that, they're going to take it away from him. They're just going to.
Does he ever do female nudity in his movies? I couldn't recall.
Close to, but I don't think he ever has.
That's interesting. He's always hard R, but
Yeah.
there's never nudity or sexuality. It's always violence and like
Because
Edwards.
in Death Proof, there's there's really close sexuality. Like there's a whole like lap dance that almost goes on too long.
Okay.
So they hint towards it heavily, and obviously there's cussing and swearing and stuff like that. But I don't think there's ever been nudity.
I wonder why that is. Because if you're
But I've
gonna
never
get
seen Jackie Brown.
if you're gonna get a hard R, then you better make me hard.
That was quite the off trail to get to that.
Well, we got there, didn't we? And in the end, doesn't even matter. Oh, I want to talk more about things that just stupid people don't get. Tool. Now, my cousin, your friend, he's my friend too, Ty. He's regular on the show. He listened to the album before I did, and they asked him his opinion, and he said, and I'm not making this up. This is verbatim. They can't all be winners. And I don't know, man. Like, I kind of wanted to picture his face on Charity so I could hit him. Because there's no way. And I know I'm coming into this with a bias. I got Tool lyrics on my arms. I love it. It's my favorite thing of all time, musically. And I listened to it, and he's a goddamn idiot, and I hate him, and I hope he fucking dies.
I don't get him either. I'm not. This is a weird trail to take, but last time he was here, we were watching Jablinski Games, which is Jack Black's YouTube channel or whatever.
Okay.
And immediately, they were doing concerts and stuff, and they were only showing chunks of the concerts, like them playing the metal. And so he's like, "You notice they haven't done any from their last album?" I was like, "Are you talking about The Rise of the Phoenix?" And he goes, "Yeah, that thing was just garbage." I'm like, thinking to myself, what are you talking about? What about Roadie? You've heard that song before. Yep. It's really good. And he's like, it's just crap. And this is the guy that listens to Japanime music.
You would not say that if he was sitting right here. And I will say, Ty, if you ever listen to this, which I doubt you will, everything I'm saying here, I'd say to your face, your taste in music is garbage as of yesterday. All of your taste in music is officially garbage. And I hate you. You went from my favorite cousin to not even a cousin. Or second place, and the rest are all tied, to quote Jerry the King Lawler. Fuck you, and I hope you're unhappy.
Oh, I don't get how he said it either. I don't know if he was just in a shit mood when he listened to it, but I love Tool, but I wasn't to the point where I even knew what day it was coming out. Okay. So I woke up this morning, or not this morning, yesterday morning.
You didn't wake up this morning.
I did wake up this morning, but this isn't part of the story.
Okay.
So yesterday morning, I wake up in my phone. I open up my phone, and Spotify always pops up with the bands that I follow.
Okay.
That a new album has come out, and that one popped up, and I was like, "Oh, here we go." So I turn it on, and I've got it playing on my Bluetooth speaker in the bathroom, and I got to listen to it for probably about an hour.
Okay, so you got probably up until probably right before Chocolate Chip Trip and
Exactly.
and Tempest.
Yep.
Okay.
Right before that. So I was able to listen to, and I just had it playing while I was getting ready and stuff like that. I was just blown away. And Invincible was the first song that I was like, this gives me all the feelings that I felt when I listened to the other songs. And that's why it just hit me.
Yep.
And then there was a couple songs, and that, forgive me because I just had it playing straight through.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, half the time, you know this, half the time you don't even know a track's changed because it's just doing the intermissions and going
That's not
right
true.
into it.
You said that I don't know?
No,
you-
I'm just saying, like, if I'm not looking at it, it's almost like one continuous song.
There you go.
So some of the songs I felt like you could hear Wings of Marie in there.
Yep.
I feel like you could hear 46 and 2.
There's probably 11 different parts that you've heard before.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think that it's more of like movie people doing like callbacks or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people will go, it's lazy. They're just doing the same thing.
Yeah, my friend Dylan said that, and I said that's exactly how I felt the first time I heard Fear Inoculum, just that track itself. And by listen 7, I understood they've taken what they've done before and they've rearranged it into a brand new composition that just surpasses the original in every way.
Right.
And so you notice every track has an element from something either from 10,000 Days or Lateralis.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them has even like 3 of them mixed together at one part. And it is so fucking amazing. Like you said, to me, it feels this is their last album. This is it. They're not going to make any more music. This was their last contractually obligated album. They're done. They're old. They got to move on.
Right.
It felt like they're looking back like every great director does on his career.
Avengers Endgame.
And the final film is just look at everything that came before and how do we feel about it now. And the drumming is fucking ridiculous. And if you're one of those people that doesn't understand that Danny Carey is the greatest drummer in the world, I want you to consider yourself a doo-doo head because that's what you are.
Such harsh words.
You're a fucking doo-doo head if you don't realize. People that still think that shitty-ass Canadian Neil Peart is the great, you're an idiot.
That's the Rush guy, right?
That's Rush.
Okay.
Yeah. I was getting him and the one-armed guy mixed up. They're both gimmicks to me. They both suck.
It is a great album, and like we've talked about with Endgame and stuff before, it did feel like that like greatest hits type thing that Endgame does, where it flashes back to all the old movies.
No, I ain't agreeing to that. Those ain't my words. Those may be your
that's
words.
That's
That's not what I'm
basically what
saying.
you're saying.
No.
Is you said that
No,
all the
because
greatest
I wasn't-
directors and stuff
I was
look back
talking
on their
real
old stuff.
directors, like actual auteurs. Like,
My point is,
no, you hijacked my point. You raped it and you called it something else, and then you said, "Yep, this is what Dustin said." It ain't what I said. It ain't like Endgame.
this
it ain't a
is what
shitty
it
time
reminds
travel
me of,
plot.
is what I'm talking about.
You're about to get headbutted.
I'm not talking about the shitty time travel plot. I'm talking about the fact that they were able to revisit their previous works.
I ain't down with that. I ain't gonna.
I ain't gonna say it. But no, I really loved it, and
It's gonna win the Grammy for Rock Album of the Year. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
do they even have that?
What?
Do they have like a Grammy for that? I don't
Yeah,
pay
they
attention to any
Tool
of
won
that
in
stuff.
2006. You're about to get karate chopped.
I don't follow any of the award stuff.
Well, our one fan in Sweden, whatever fucking awards they got. And by the way, Swedish fan, I looked into moving to your country. Maybe I've told you this before. And I'm not rich enough. You need $50,000 in your savings account for them to let you move to their country.
What?
And I ain't got none. But what I do have is a huge respect for your movies. Ingmar Bergman, top 5 director for me. Your music, Fever Ray, The Knife, top 5 bands for me. The other ones are all populated with Maynard bands, in case you wanted to know. Jeremy, back to you.
I literally could not name one thing from Sweden.
What? Not even
one.
fish?
Not one.
Not even Swedish fish?
Swedish fish, maybe.
What do you mean maybe? It's a yes or no. Have you heard of a Swedish fish?
I have, but I don't think they're Swedish, are they?
Well,
I
why
think
would
it's
it be
just
in the
name.
fucking name? Why
I
would
think
it?
it's just the name.
I think
I bet
that's-
you look at the back of the thing and it
Made
says
in
Made in
China.
USA.
I hope it's. God bless America.
God bless America as I drink my Liberty Brew.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be fucking nice to have a Liberty Brew right about now.
I do have Liberty Brew upstairs.
Well, how's that helping me? And my fucking sore ass dry throat.
I'm gonna text my wife now.
Good God.
Good God. So what is the next movie you're excited about?
Next movie I'm excited for chronologically, I think it's October 4th, Joker.
Oh my God. So it has popped up on IGN already.
Okay.
They have a review for it.
What? Oh, because it's at a film festival. I went to the
Is that what it is?
Was it Tribeca?
10 out of 10.
Really?
masterpiece.
Yeah, I bet.
As a comic book fan and as just a movie going fan, you'll be disturbed and delighted by.
Awesome. They
Which
did no iteration.
that last trailer
Haven't
is
seen
just don't. I mean, like we talked about before, you're almost better just not.
I'm not.
But I'm stoked. Really
we're gonna go see it, right?
Yes.
We're seeing it opening night.
I will go whenever you want
to
to
go. M89. It's cheap as fuck.
Let's do it.
And another advantage to M89, I have never not been able to purchase tickets in time before they're sold out. So I'm gonna.
Would they be on sale already?
No, they probably will go a month before. I'll look into it. Is Kim coming?
I'll have to ask her.
Okay.
I don't think she's super excited about it. Plus, we'd have to find a babysitter.
Sure.
So it might be better off just being.
What you need is a girlfriend on the side that you can just bring in the movies.
Yeah, just one that likes awesome things.
Yeah.
I don't think they exist.
That's hard to find.
I don't think they exist.
A girl with a brain? It's almost like a jumbo shrimp, isn't it? So, no, my sister's going to be coming. And maybe, probably not Charity. I don't know. I'll ask Charity. We'll see.
She's not that excited about it.
I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. But after that, it's Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. I'm super excited about that, too.
That new fucking trailer, which I got to stop watching trailers.
Yeah, we're going to talk spoilers if you're avoiding trailers, so fast forward.
Okay, well, how can I fast forward? Because
I'm not talking you two, because you've already seen it.
I don't want spoilers either.
But we're going to talk about the trailer.
So, yeah, I mean, everyone's heard about Rey with a double-sided lightsaber that kind of clicks down. She looks hot as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a vision, right?
Is that what you're thinking?
Well,
my favorite thing I've seen on the internet so far is it's an animated picture,
okay,
and it's her like that.
I know.
And Kylo switched to the light side, going, "Really?" Because he swapped and she swapped at the same time.
I thought you were gonna say the Swiss Army knife one.
Oh no, that one made me laugh too. But no, them swapping sides. So he goes to the good side to be with her, and she goes to the dark side to be with him. Nice. And they're both like, "Really?" And they're pissed.
She doesn't go for anyone though. That's I think what I like about the character is that her motivation.
Probably because she's lesbian.
How do you think? Who are they gonna pair?
Surprised.
Who would you pair her up with in that universe? Would you dig up Carrie Fisher?
Ahsoka, maybe.
That's not canon. You fucking die.
It's gonna happen.
You fucking die.
It's gonna happen.
In this movie, they're bringing Ahsoka.
No, they won't bring Ahsoka in this movie, but I bet you they will.
No, she sucks ass. That's why her name's Ass Sucka.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want that, but the way Disney's going and the way that everything seems to be going now is they're pandering to every side of things. So for them to switch it at the last minute and say she was lesbian the whole time.
Is that why she wouldn't hold Finn's hand?
Maybe.
Okay, who do you ship?
Who do I ship?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Do you want Kylo and
who do I want them?
You want to be in a relationship?
I'm still hoping, because back before 7 came out, they always talked about it being about these two twins, and one ends up going one side, and one.
So you want her and Kylo to be brother and sister, and then they fuck?
I don't want them to fuck.
Well,
as long as they hold hands or kiss, like call back to episode 4.
So the incestual callback, like I want that in a cycle.
Right.
Okay.
Because I always love callbacks.
Yep. See, I want them to fuck.
I don't want them
with
to
their
fuck.
lightsabers.
I had enough of that in Game of Thrones. I don't need any more. With their lightsabers.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Yoda had that.
Ship her with.
It's got to be Kylo. Just that idea. It's like that. It's that Romeo and Juliet, right?
Yeah.
That's what happened in episode 8 when Luke comes out and finds him by the fire touching hands, and he goes, "What the fuck?" Blows everything up. That's absolutely Shakespearean Romeo and Juliet. Like they just aren't meant to be. Now I want it. I want it because it's not supposed to happen.
Who's Finn gonna be with?
Rose. That's what they paired them on. They're not gonna have Rose fall in love with him and then him fall for someone else.
She was my least favorite character in the last.
Of course she sucks. And it's not because she's Asian or a woman. I'm serious.
If
this was a math test, she'd be kicking ass.
I just can't.
But this is a character in Star Wars.
There are parts of Last Jedi I like, but a lot of it I don't.
You're a basic bitch.
I am not a basic bitch. I think all the Jedi stuff, awesome, top notch. Yeah. Everything else, just whatever.
What don't you like?
I don't care about Poe. I don't care about Finn. I don't care about. And I like them in 7. That's the problem. The whole. We've had this conversation,
and we're gonna have it again, so a fan can hear it.
I think we had it on the podcast.
fan did we? Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments. Well,
and then because this is like shitty ass Endgame, we'll time travel back. See your comment.
It'll be like our greatest hits.
Yep. Greatest hits.
I don't like the commander that takes over for Leia. I just think
Admiral Holdo?
Yeah, she sucks.
What sucks about her? She's
Everything.
a strong woman.
She's a strong woman. I haven't watched it in a while. I just remember not liking that character. I don't like any of that storyline of the slow chase. I don't like Poe. They just turned him into a cocky asshole, which I don't feel like he was that completely in the other movie. He was kind of cool, like a Han Solo character, but not as cocky as Han Solo. But like him trying to take down Kylo Ren by himself and like all the stuff in the desert and whatnot was all like super cool. Whereas this stuff was kind of like, I'm gonna go against the rules and I'm this rebel type guy. And
he wasn't going, I'm gonna go against the rules. He was, I got a chance to actually make a difference here in this battle before we take off. Because if they allowed that dreadnought to survive, then the next time it caught up to him, they're guaranteed toast. So he had to do what he had to do.
You can argue that all you want, but it kind of seemed like a ego stroke.
You just need to get better at watching movies.
He wanted to be the first person to take one down.
No, when did he ever go, I'm going to be the first one? No, he's like, oh, we have a chance. We have a chance to blow this motherfucker up. He's going to take it. And you know what? Carrie Fisher was cool with it when it worked. The only time she wasn't cool with it was when all the dead people.
Oh, God.
Regardless, Rey is amazing. Kylo is amazing. I love where Star Wars is heading. I can't wait to see it end. In a good way. I'm not saying I can't wait for it to be over.
I am terrified they're just going to do the thing that they always do and kill off the bad guy.
The Endgame thing? Where they give every fan everything they want in the final movie?
No, they're going to kill off Kylo and Rey's going to live in a open-ended book.
She ain't coming back. This is the end of her story.
Right, but they're going to leave it open-ended. You get what I'm saying? Like,
because that's why it's the Rise of Skywalker. Now it's a brand new chapter. And maybe 20 years from now.
They gotta go somewhere. This can't be the end of... it's the end of the Skywalker saga.
Yep.
But it's not the end of the stories that they're going to tell. They got to leave it open. They got to leave some glimmer of hope and some glimmer of, bad, something still able to come back. And I think Kylo's going to die, which I don't want to happen.
Why? He's got to. He can't be redeemed. He killed his dad, bruh.
See, I take that scene almost as his dad knowing that he has to do it when he tells him to do it.
Han got shocked when it went through him. Han was just saying
of course
stuff.
You'd be shocked. Even if I told my son to shoot me, as soon as he shot me, I'd still be shocked.
No, that's not what happened there. You're just not good at watching movies. I don't know if you need a new prescription or what.
Whatever.
All that was J.J. Abrams playing off words. That's why Kylo had a witty retort to everything. Like, we as the audience knew what he meant with his subtext, but Han didn't. Han was oblivious there. He thought that he was going to take that lightsaber away from Kylo, and then they were going to start a new life.
I think he could be redeemed. I don't want him to, because I think he's a great bad guy, but at the same time, I don't want the 90s Batman thing where they just kill off a villain at the end every single time.
It's not every single time. This is the third movie with him in it. You're getting 3 times what you want, and you're still not satisfied.
The second time wasn't enough. That's why.
My point is, at the end, he had a chance for redemption, to join Rey and to stop going down his dark path. But instead, we saw him go all in. You are awesome. For those of you who can't see it, Jeremy's girlfriend just came in. His wife is upstairs where she should be.
She's making dinner.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. No, this, I'm trying to rewind me. Where was I at?
You're talking about Kylo's redemption story.
I lost my train of thought. But what I can tell you is Liberty Brew is the most goddamn delicious thing I've ever stuck down my throat. And I sucked dick once.
It's gone now.
I know. I feel like I should give you $10. This is a truly limited edition.
I know, and Kim gave Ty 3 of them while he was here last week. I'm like, what are you doing? And she goes, what do you mean? And I was like, you can offer him 1 to taste, but the rest of this is limited commodity, and I would like to keep some in the fridge.
3 of them? She gave him 25% of your supply.
Exactly.
Oh.
But anytime, because I've seen it in one gas station right down the road from here, as a matter of fact, and I just grabbed as many as they had. I just took them all.
So Supreme Leader Snoke is dead. His starship is split in half. Rey's giving him the chance. Come on, come with me. Let's turn good. Let's do this thing. You can be forgiven for everything you've done. And what does he do? He shows who he really is by going, nope, I want absolute unlimited power. You know who else did that? The embodiment of pure evil, Emperor Palpatine. Sheev Palpatine. A little boy on Naboo who wanted just to control everything. And so he learned the ways of the dark side, killed his mentor, and tricked an entire galaxy into consolidating all the power and handing it to him.
And is still alive today.
I love him. He's my favorite villain. I love him so much.
I really hope for your sake that they do him justice in this
They
movie.
won't. And I've loved all the movies, but the simple fact that unless they've been hiding it, everything that I've gleaned from production and all that shit was this wasn't the plan from the beginning.
Mm-mm.
The plan wasn't to have Palpatine. So having that seems like, well, fuck. People didn't like The Last Jedi. Let's double down on that nostalgia and just give them every single thing they want. So there's something for everyone. So we got a double-sided red lightsaber. We got Rey looking like she's going to the dark side.
I feel like the double-sided red lightsaber was always in the game because of the staff that she had on Jakku. She's already proficient with that kind of weapon. I didn't think that they would do it like this. I was thinking it was going to be almost like a lightsaber, like trident type thing. Not necessarily exactly like that with like 3 little blades on the end, but something like that. I figured it was going to be some sort of variation of the staff that she was so good with. You know what I mean? So this almost
you think she's
makes
good
sense.
with the staff?
I bet she probably is.
Oh, pigs. Now I see why women hate us. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of a way that they can really screw this up.
They're going to. Some people just aren't going to give them a chance. So
No.
for some people,
Some
there's no way
people-
they can't not screw it up.
Right. But I'm talking about for me, I don't know. They seem to be hitting all the right beats. And honestly, even if I can predict it straight to the end, I'll probably still be entertained. So
There's only one thing in the Disney era movies I haven't liked, and that's The Return of Darth Maul. I bitch about it every chance I get. I think it's fucking stupid. I don't consider cartoons canon. To me, I'm a film purist. So as long as they don't do something stupid like that, like have Ass Sucker in it, or have Darth Maul resurrected again, something stupid like that, they're good.
it makes me really sad that they're not going to do any more Solo.
Well,
Because I enjoyed that movie. I don't know why everybody knocks it.
the Obi-Wan series is set during the same time period as the end of Solo. So now they're wondering if that's going to have that crossover with Maul's kind of Crimson Empire and all that shit going on.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, you're getting Disney Plus, obviously, right?
Oh, for sure. As a matter of fact, I was going to tell you.
Did you
are you
pre-order
getting
the
it?
3 years for the...
That's what I was just about to say. I'm so close. I really am. Because I'm probably going to keep it.
Right.
Because, sorry, I keep burping from the Liberty Brew. They've pretty much flat out said that they're not going to, not pretty much, they have flat out said that they're not going to do the Netflix model where they just go, here's everything, and they let you binge it.
Sure.
They're going to make us fucking wait week to week.
Look at CBS
So-
All Access.
Mandalorian's going to come out as soon as it comes out, and we're going to get every episode week to week,
Yep.
which leads straight up to the new Star Wars. Which, have you seen that trailer?
The Mandalorian one?
Yeah.
Yep.
When he pulls that guy and chops his head off in the closing door.
Well, they didn't show him get crushed.
No, but you can pretty much figure out what happens. But anyway, I'm super excited about that. But just thinking about that, and like, I'm not too excited about like WandaVision or anything. I'm sure I'll watch it. But if they're gonna do week to week stuff, there's no way I'm not gonna keep it for 3 years.
Right.
There's always gonna be something for me to watch. Not to mention, are you a Simpsons fan?
I always laugh.
Yeah. So they're gonna have that. I'm the same way. Like I watch random episodes
Sure.
just if it's on.
Yep.
And I've never watched it from beginning to end, like an episode, obviously, but whatever. But every episode that they've ever released is gonna be out there.
-1.
-1.
They're not gonna do the Michael Jackson one.
What Michael Jackson one?
They had a
Is there
Michael Jackson episode where
controversy type
he
thing?
guest starred. He guest starred on it, and I guess Matt Groening, this was a few months ago, said that they're putting that one back in the vault, and that episode's gone in light of all the pedophilia claims.
Right. I guess that makes sense.
I want to jump back real quick to the Mandalorian, though. The thing that's bothering me is how many famous people are starting to pop up in Star Wars. And I don't like that. That feels like Marvel. What's happening in Marvel? Now they're getting Angelina Jolie's. Now they're getting Jake Gyllenhaal's. I like Star Wars when it's just people like Daisy Ridley, John Boyega.
As long as they do a good job casting, I don't mind. If they're just sticking him in there like Angelina Jolie just to stick him in there
Right.
to get pop. But like Gus from Breaking Bad, I think he's a great actor.
I can only picture him as Gus, so that threw me
Right,
off.
but in that show, he was a great actor. I think I've seen him in a couple other things, just small roles. But I feel like he's a great actor, so he should do a good job. Like those type of things I feel like are good. Because some of these actors, like Ryan Gosling, like Leonardo DiCaprio, they're big because they're great.
Yep.
They're not big because they're attractive, or they're not big
They are
because...
attractive,
Well,
especially
they are,
Ryan
but
Gosling.
I'm
Now I have
just
a
saying,
boner.
Like, I feel like Angelina Jolie, I don't think she's the greatest actress.
No, she's
but
hot.
she's always attractive, and they put her in like sexy outfits or whatever. Like that stuff I don't want, especially in something like this that's, I don't know.
I love my Star Wars more than any other franchise, any other media. I know a lot of people, for them it's ruined already, and it's not ruined for me, but it doesn't take much.
No. I mean, look how fast Marvel went downhill.
Yeah.
I love the time we're in, and I don't know if this happens to every generation, but I feel like where we're at right now, everybody that grew up with us when we were kids are now making movies and stuff, so we're getting a lot of the stuff that we loved remade and redone. And I'm not saying they're all winners, but
Oh, easy tie.
I'm not saying they're all winners, but a lot of them are. Like, I don't think you're gonna agree with me because I don't think we've ever talked about this, but I just watched Dark Crystal with my kids today,
Okay.
and I haven't seen that in a long time. But we just watched the movie today and started watching the new TV show, and they're just paying so much homage to the old show. It looks just like it, except they've added new effects and new CG. But for the most part, they keep everything practical effects and puppets, just like the old show, or the old movie, which is just awesome. And that's just like one of the beats I'm talking about. Like, I'm guessing it's not going to be, but I'm really hoping that the new Terminator delivers.
Why would you even? That's stupid. Now you're just.
Because I love the stuff from when I was a kid. Nostalgia is like,
So
Paul always
watch
says,
the stuff you
nostalgia-
watched as a kid.
Right, but if they can make new stories with those getting me to feel that exact same way, I'm sold.
You never feel the exact same way twice.
I think I do. Episode 7 got me feeling that
Okay,
way.
me too.
See,
Episode 7
that's
is a
what I'm
great
saying.
movie.
If we watch Dark Fate and we feel the same way we felt watching Terminator 2 back in the day,
There ain't no way. There's a lot in Terminator 2 that can't be replicated.
right? But there's new stories and new stuff that we
There's
can
not
do.
though. They averted. They destroyed Skynet, and Terminator sacrificed himself so that there'd be no way that Skynet would still become a thing. And
I
yet
haven't even
here we
watched the
fucking
trailers.
are.
But yeah, but they do that with a lot of stuff. They end
No,
it completely.
they don't have to. That doesn't make it all right.
You know the one thing that has ended completely and will stay dead?
What's that?
POW. For that exact reason.
Really, you're the one over there advocating for it. So you're inconsistent.
I'm just saying, like,
you are inconsistent, my man.
A lot of stuff dies and comes back, and most of the time we're okay with it.
Tell that to the Jews.
Oh God.
Get it? Anyway. Well, what is there anything else you want to talk about? Or are you ready to head to the mall? You got some stuff you want to buy for the... You were getting a Yeti. You were exchanging another Yeti.
No, I'm taking one of the Yetis back because I ordered a different one online and it came yesterday.
I thought we were kicking Ty out of the group because he has shit taste.
What does that have to do with the Yeti?
Well, you only need 2 of Ty ain't in it.
Oh no, the other Yeti I'm getting is we're trading our 2 snowballs for 1 Yeti,
Okay.
and that's Tuesday. It's a guy I used to work with. I'm gonna meet him, and he's gonna
His
take
name's
the 2
Tuesday.
snowball. Tuesday.
Nice. 2
His
Yetis.
name's not Tuesday.
2 snowballs, 1 Yeti.
2 snowballs for 1 Yeti on Tuesday.
There you go. What's his name?
Adam.
Adam.
Yep.
That's original.
That's original.
Sin. All right. Jeremy, you said that neither of us are good at hosting duties. Show us how bad you are. Let's send us home.
Send us home. And we out.
Really?
That's it.